No way. No way. We're working. Wow. It's been a long time. I've lost some air. Hope you're all keeping very well. Obviously, it's been a very long time. Bear with. I'm just trying to figure out how I tilt. I can't tilt. That's the best way of doing this. Doing that and then dropping the back a bit. Hold on. How's that? Is that better? Right. So it's been months. I've had a few attempts at videos, but I've had a lot of blanks. And then the couple of trips I haven't taken the GoPro out, I've had fish. One of them was a 32-pound carp and the other was a 17. The first time I went out, I didn't expect to catch anything. I had a red letter day and I must have caught about 15. All in the high teens, so it's like 15, between 15 and 17. I had a 21 and a 23. It was a brilliant day, and I thought this carp fishing easy larks, easy. Turns out it ain't. Anyways, I am at Rackerhays, so there's my rods. I've got a pair of Dores Infinity X45s with a pair of Dores Emblem, what are they called, QCs. Nice setup, little Black Widow rod pod, set of delks and some swing arms, and that is it. Oh, a little twitch. I'm currently fishing slackline. So, what am I fishing? Helicopter rig with a pink pop-up, and I'll grab the bits to show you in a sec. And then on the other rod, when I got here, there was fizzing everywhere. You'll have to forgive my solid bag, because I'm sure, well, there'll probably be sea anglers watching this, because that's what my videos used to be. I did speak to Will, and he was supposed to be doing the sea angling videos, and I said I'll do carp, and in between us we'll do both, and then we'll mix and match. Some days he'll come carping or course fishing, so I'll do feeder fishing, I'll do float fishing, do carp fishing, whatever. Do a bit of everything. But he's going to come with me, and I said I'll go with him. So I've got solid bags. There's a lot of silvers in these lakes, which I don't intend to play with. So you'll have to forgive my solid bags. So that's my solid bag. It's nice and tight. Bottom's all folded in. And then I've got, you'll see two bright yellow pop-ups. They're tied to my wafter. So obviously the bag will sit, pop-ups come up, they'll pop off the PVA tape, and then leave the wafter sat on top of that PVA bag. In said PVA bag, if I point you down like this, I've got 8mm trout pellet. I've got krill active 10mm boilies. I've got bloodworm 10mm boil. It's just a mix of boilies and pellet. And in that is a spicy nut powder, which has coated them all. In the bottom of the bags, obviously I need a bit of layering. So I've got some CC More Pro Stim livers in there. This one I have got Carper. This bag's crap, I'm probably not going to use it. As you can see, it's went a bit wrong, but again, I've got the wafter there and the two pop-ups there to pop it off the bait, so hopefully it'll sit on the lead like that. That's where the lead is, yeah, it'll sit like that, they'll pop up and it'll leave the wafter on the top of the pile of bait. Nice. Then that's one rod, so there's loads of fizzing, loads of rolling when I got here. So I put a solid bag on one and plopped it right in the middle of that fizzing and rolling, and thought that can stay there now. And then the left hand one, I've got a ledge. So over here, I'll give you a tour, all the gear and no idea. I've got the bushwhacker with a deeper attached, so obviously you ship it out. So I am out just off the back of there. You ship out and you obviously read to the bottom and you can see a shelf. So it goes up a shelf flat to 1.5 and then drops back down to, goes 2.1, 2.2 to 2.4, and then I drop it on that back shelf coming down. I did have a load of fizzing over my pellet and I had a few tweaks. I'm fishing slack because I'll show you the helicopter, bear with. Look at my ass. Can you see my ass? I don't know why I said it so loud, I've got a mic on. Right. So, oh, lead. Oh, hold on. Fucking hell, hold on. Hold on. Do we reckon we've got a fish on there? That's a solid bag, that is. There's nothing happening. Why is it doing that? The line's not even moving. I might have a fish on here. There's the delk glowing away. There it is. Had a few tweaks, but nothing's taken it. The thing is, there is bream in here, and they don't do a lot. It's just a liner. Right, bear with. Appreciate this is long and boring. A bit egg sucky if you know what you're doing, but I ain't got a fucking clue. Right, so helicopter rig. So you have your beads, your little clip, and your weight clip. So I am fishing with a nice big fat 4 ounce. And after that's intrigued me whether something was having a go at that bag then, but it stopped. 2 rods on this lake up until 30th September, which is a bit annoying, but shit happens. 4 ounce lead, and then you just slide that over the top, and then obviously you got your beads there. Rig wise, I am fishing with a Ronnie rig. Let me get one for you. Quite a specific Ronnie rig. It's a size 4. So on that you got your size 4 with your swivel and your stop. Bit of shrink tubing, and then I have a tungsten rather than putty, so that'll weigh it down. And obviously on the back you have your bit of kicker there to kick it away from your lead. Not your ledge, your helicopter. So that'll kick out off like that, and then that'll automatically sit like that, balance with a pop-up. They're perfect for it. So it'll just sit like that, boosh, on the bottom, on the deck. So I'm hoping that'll pay off. So I've got 1 rod on the Ronnie, and the other is on a solid bag. Solid bag out there at the moment is a pineapple, I think. So I've got bright yellow pineapple. So I've got a pale pink washed out one on one of them, and a pineapple on the other. That's about it really. I thought I was going to get a fish on camera then. I thought I was good, perfect timing. Anyway, I will carry on, and hopefully we see a carp out or a tench. I'm not too fussy either way, and then I'll let you know how I've got on. I'm gonna have to check that solid bag, because that was quite a deep, and there's still fish rolling out there, so I might bring that in, have a look, and then wang another one out. I'll let you know. Right, fingers crossed we catch some fish, and I'll let you know how we get on. There you go. It's not a pretty picture, I'm afraid. So it's, what, midnight, I think? It's not quite midnight, it's about 11. One of the lads finished work at 10, so I'm only obviously around the corner from the Tesco in Newton. And I fish with a lad from work called Jules. So he's finished his shift and just popped over for a chat. While we were sat here, I was talking about my dilemma, which I'll get onto in a minute. And I had a nice little bite, so I had a tench. Didn't wait, I just got it back, but it's a decent sized tench to be fair. I'll stick a picture up now. I'll do that in the edit, hopefully, and if I can't, it'll be after this clip, which will probably be easier. I've managed to snap a tip on my carp rod. So I was doing my solid bags, and I flopped one out. I mean, my solid bags, they were large bag, but they're not overly heavy. I've got 3.5 Tesco 12-foot rods, so they should be able to take a solid bag. I don't believe the line was wrapped around the tip when I flopped it out. I mean, we're talking 25, 30 yard cast, little overhead plop, and snap my rod tip. So I'm too scared to cast it now. So I've had to use the bushwhacker to ship the bait out, because obviously I've got a bit of rod poking out. It's really hard to do this. That was a better angle, like that. And then obviously the eyes back where my knuckle is. So I've got a few inches of line, a few inches of rod tip with no guide on. So I can't really cast that, because I'll end up wrapping it and snapping it even more. So I've emailed Daiwa while I was sat here, annoyed. See about getting a tip replacement or where I stand. And annoyingly, I've got 3 of them. And this lake, you're only allowed to fish 2 rods, and I only packed 2. If I had the 3rd rod, I could have just swapped them over, but no such joy. Next time I will. But I'll sort out tip replacement. But yeah, so far, tench. I have had them in night time here. So I had one at midnight. It's probably a couple of months back, but I've been on holiday for a while and whatnot. So I had 2 weeks where I didn't fish, then 2 weeks on holiday, and now I'm out again. So you're talking about maybe a month ago. That was at midnight on the dot, so you never know. But I think I'm gonna pack it up in a minute and go to bed for the night. And if I don't feel too bad, I'll fire the camera up and show you what I catch in the night. If I'm hanging out, then I'll just reel it in, catch it, get a few photos and post it in the thread. If anyone ever wants anything to buy for fishing, this thing is about £8. Right, Peter, you'll see this moth do it now. That's just gone. It's a fly killer. It is rinse them. See them all in there? So when you have your head torch on, just pop it down next to you, and this thing zaps the crap out of them all. So it's just full of mosquitoes. Fucking ideal. Anyway, I'm talking too much. Yeah, I'll let you know how I get on. So now I'm not fishing it, just update I suppose, I'm not fishing any solid bags. It's helicopter on both now, with a shrimp and garlic white pop-up on one and a pink pluckers on the other. But we'll see how we go. So hopefully we see a carp out either tonight or early hours in the morning, or in the morning tomorrow. We'll see. I'm here till lunchtime-ish, so we might see something come out. When I reel in, I'll do a rebait and do all that sort of shenanigans and go from there. Right, I'll keep you posted how we go. Good night. Good morning. Nothing through the night. That's pretty much it. Rough night's sleep. Had a few liners. Just couldn't get comfortable last night at all. Tossing and turning, and then you get the beep. You think, oh, something's going to happen, and then another beep, and another beep, but no take. So it's, what, 7 o'clock in the morning, give or take. Might be close to 8 now. I've got up, reset the baits with the bushwhacker, and I'm now watching the oil slick come off my pellets. So my lines are slack. I'll show you, bear with. If you can see them. There's a light bow in the lines down there. They were both slack, but I've had a few tweaks that's pulled them a bit tighter. And out off of the edge, just about here, you can see a bucket ton of like speckles on the water. It looks like rain. It's the oil dispersing out of the pellet, which generally means something's having a root around and disturbing it all, and it's kicking up. Oh, I had a line tweak. So I was hoping I'd fire the camera up, say good morning, hope you're all right, having a nice day. And whilst doing that, I was hoping that it would scream off. But it hasn't yet. It's been doing that for a little while now. So something's down there rooting around. The only thing is I've done a few drops out there, and both rods are next to each other, so there's quite a lot of spread of pellet out there now. So you're probably talking maybe 3 kilos of pellet and boilie since I've got here, which would have been about 5 yesterday. So there's quite a spread of pellet across there. It's whether they're specifically doing the pellet I've just dropped or pellet from a previous lot that they're rooting round in. I also had the tench before midnight. It's about 11:30, something like that. But yeah, I'll carry on for now. I think I'm here till lunchtime, so I've got a couple of hours, and I'll let you know if I get a carp out. I want to say, if any sea people watch this, it's harder than you think. Because I thought, this would be easy. And then I went to a lake in Dores and had loads. I thought, this carp in Malark's a bit of fun. It's basically like catching a smut, almost like a smut, on light line. So I'm only using like 15, I think I got 15-pound line on. You think carp in here, 20, 30 pound, you got a good scrap on. I thought, it'd be easy. And I'll tell you what, it's fucking nails. The rig choices, the leader choices, you can have fluorocarbon leaders, lead core leaders, non-lead core leaders, rig tubing, lead clips, inline leads. Fucking, it's just unreal. Do you use little leads, big leads? What rigs do you use? Multi-rigs, blowback rigs, bloody D-rigs, spinner rigs, hair rigs, little solid bag rigs, like these. Fucking, the choices are unfathomable. And I'm probably what a carp angler would call a noddy at the moment, but practice makes perfect, doesn't it? So we'll suffer these blanks and one day it'll click and they'll start coming out. Anyway, you've watched fucking 15 minutes of video for a tench, so I'm going to shut up and hopefully we'll catch a carp and you'll have something to look at. I'll endeavour to keep you posted. We've got a tench. Let me just sort them out. It's just sat in my bivvy, chilling out. And the rod just went cruising. God, he's a lively one. He's a lively one. Just watch my line lift up and go deep, deep, deep. And then there we have it. A little tenchy wenchy. So there's some quite big tench in this lake. I'm on a pro stim liver. Guy's made a right mess of my helicopter. Sort that out a sec. What's wrapped there? Has that gone through? Yeah. Quick rundown of what I've got on for that. So nice big lead. A few inches off the bottom there. I've got the helicopter rig. Bit of putty, and a bit of putty there because it's a non-lead core leader. And it's just on literally on a Ronnie rig there, if I can show you that. So there's a Pro Stim liver pop-up on the Ronnie. Bosh. This has worked for the tench. Bring you a bit closer and show you Mr. Tench and then put him back. Get that rod reset. Whoa, feisty one you are. There we are. Nice tench. There you go. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that, but there it is. Tench number 2. So I'll get him back, get the rod reset. Tell you what, let's just do it now. It's the easiest way to do it, like that. There we go. Off he goes. Bit of network, you like that, don't you? Oh, right, fish number 2. Better get rebaited. I'll ship out and hopefully see a carp before we're done for the day. Let's go. So the tactic with the bushwhacker, you've got to forgive my t-shirt, my mic's dragging it down. So lead, pop up, hook, and then it booms down. So when it drops, it should go straight, and then I'll tighten the helicopter up. Deeper on the back, and then I put the deeper on that screen. So, should we go for a ship out? So I've got both rods next to each other. You have to bear with me, this can be quite painful. Right, so I'll have to screenshot the load before, because I got my tube, my baiting pole stuck and accidentally tipped my head over. The thing is, it's not as easy as just casting doing this, but I want to be so precise with where I plop the bait. It's not entirely worth just firing it out. I don't like spomming because it causes so much disturbance on the top. I'd rather just ship out my pole. No bait boats allowed on here, so you can't use bait boats either, but I just want to ship it out, and you can take around 950 grams of ground bait in your bushwhacker with your bait. So I've got 45 metres of bushwhacker here, and what I tend to do sometimes is if I see a load of fizz in, I'll just ship it straight on top of the fizz and tip. However, I know out there, oh fucking hell, lost my connection. So what you can do, I don't know if that's going to reconnect or not. Let's have a go. It's not working out very well for me today. Here we go. We connected. Play. Slide. Play. That's frozen. Excellent. Let's just close it down. Okay, it's all going wrong. This trip has been very testing. The problem I've got now is with a slight bit of drift with the wind, that's going to drift on top of my other one, so I need to swing it back out. It loses connection because I've got it resting on a bucket and it's too low. I don't know if that's going to connect or not. I'm not shipping it back in, it can just go out. I know roughly where I want to be anyway. So what you can do is swing it like that. Swing, 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 swing. Oh, that's a fish jump. That's where I want to be. That's exactly where I want to be. So what you can do is swing it right out like this. As long as you go the opposite way to the way your rig's hanging out, you won't really have a problem. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi to the deeper. It's pissing me off a little bit, but it is what it is. Can't be helped. It takes forever just to get a bait out. We're swinging, and then if you give it a little wiggle, it'll straighten out. I appreciate this probably isn't the easiest thing to see. And then you just carry on going then. They're a bit of a nightmare when you first start using them. However, when you get the hang of it, they're not actually that bad. But if there's tench about, there should be carp. Hopefully. A few more sticks. And we'll be about there. I'm ready to tip. Appreciate you're probably just looking at the back of my fucking head with a big bald spot. Alright, that'll do. About there. Alright, so there's the bushwhacker pole. You see it out about here. So all you have to do then is tip like that. That's it, bait gone. And you see the line just dropping down. Obviously I'm missing a rod tip there because I snapped it last night. And that's it, bait's out. All I have to do is ship in, tighten up, and that'll put my helicopter rig in a straight line, which is fine. I don't tend to pull too hard because I don't want to straighten the rig in line with the helicopter, if that makes sense. But I think that's my second overloaded bushwhacker drop now. So I've dropped two in front of me. What you can get annoyed about is when you have a sinker and the pellet all drops in front of you, you'll see something come in and feed on it. So you can see my pellet already flickering on the surface with all the oil coming up and the nut, the spicy nut powder. I'll go back to watching my snake reels and see what happens. I might end up heading a load of this bit out because it's fucking 10 minutes long, but it's really humid. It's supposed to be due rain, so I thought actually it was sunny yesterday, nice cooler spell today, should fish quite well. But a tench is a tench, fish is a fish, isn't it? Right, cool. I'll sort that out and let you know how we go. How I fish the lines. It's just semi-slack. This is a little bow, so I sit in the bivvy watching my shit TV. The bivvy's over there, look. Nice. Sitting there watching my shit TV and wait for... I normally see the line lift up before the alarm goes off, but we'll see. Right, I'm going to go back to chilling out. And hopefully, if a tench are there, we'll see a carp come in behind. Now, fingers crossed. Got nice pink hands from the pellet and powder, or orange, whatever colour you want to call that. Minging. All right, wish me luck. There, I said about I need to put my mic on so I don't drop it in the lake. When you drop your bushwhacker in too short, you see them bubbles there? Little patch, just there. So that's where it's been in. Been bubbling away for about 40 minutes. I did drop a little feeder in there and nothing happened. The bubbles stopped and it all cleared off. Thought I'll give up. Took the feeder out. 5 minutes later, bubbles come back. Don't know if you can see them or not. You can't really zoom that well on a GoPro. I don't think I can zoom at all. But yeah, a little patch of bubbles there where I dropped the bushwhacker bait. Annoying. Rods haven't moved. There. I'm not sure if that last clip recorded or not. Battery decided to power out and the thing I was showing you is now gone anyway. This I was just saying where the bushwhacker dropped earlier. The bubbles come up. You just see them there. Just drifting off now, but if it didn't record, didn't record. It's coming up to 11 now, so I'm starting to pack up. So bed's down, just putting some bits away. As you can see, camp is a mess, but I'll sort that out and hopefully in the midst of packing up I'll get a run, but I have to wait and see. I always get to this point of the day and think it's not going to happen, but you never know. Anyway, right, I'm going to pack up and I'll let you know if anything happens in the meantime. You know, oh shit, oh it's off, wanker, I had a tench and a fucking camera tripod fell over and I let it go. Oh well, no tension out. Crap. Right, I've got about 40 minutes left, so I'm going to run you through some bits that I've got. So, bait choice, bear with, you'll hear them all rattling around. Got some CC Moore Pro Stim Liver, smells divine. Got some of these, some pineapple and butyric pop-ups, sticky. 16 mils. I also use some of them in my solid bags when I PVA tape one or two to the hook to lift it out of the bag, and then they obviously drop off and then your hook bait drops on top of the pile of bag. Some Forgotten Flavours Pluckers baits. I've got loads of carper stuff. So I've got pastel pop-ups, shrimp and garlic. See, they're sort of faded, they're not massively bright. And then I've got some Pacific tuna pink wafters. With these, they do a dispersion one, and I haven't brought any with me today. And what it does is it just lets off a stream of colour as you pop up, sits in the water. And then when I had the little feeder rod out for a little dabble, I had some of these little band and wafters on, they're alright. Stuck it on a little bayonet rig. Boilies, let me show you my boilie collection. I need to get better at using bottom baits. I tend to use pop-ups a lot. Where it's quite a shitty bottom lake, how do I twist you? This one? Bear with, it's been a while since I've had to, there you go. Because it's such a choddy bottom on the lake, I tend to use pop-ups to keep it out of the silt. Right, so I've got Pro Stim Liver boilies. These are mega soft, smell like chorizo. Really soft, lovely boilies they are. I've also got the Live System Pacific tuna. I've got loads of boilies. The Sticky Baits Krill Actives, also love those. And what I've done today is fired loads of these out in the catapult before I've put my baits in. So I've got in fired load out. Sticky Baits Manila, rock hard and really dry. They just crumble away to nothing, but I quite like a firm boilie sometimes. And then I've got Carp Baits Red Special, which is a bit plummy. And it's like a semi-soft. So it's in between the Manila and the Pro Stim. They're actually really good. See, it's like bird meal in there. They smell really plummy. They do a spicy nut, shrimp and garlic, sweet corn, red special. They do a whole host of flavours. I actually quite like them. That's what I took out to when I had my first carping session, and I fished straight boilie on the deck, and I had my oodles of carp. But at the minute I've just put them out as a free offering all over the ground, and then obviously put the pellets in the bushwhacker after. There's a carp rolling over there. But the carp elude me. The carp still elude me. Anyway, I've got 20 minutes, 35 at a push if I'm quick at packing up. Got to be home on time or I'll get told off, but it's taking the piss a little bit. So hopefully something comes out in the next 35 minutes. If not, I'll just say ta-ra and let you know when I'm next out. On that note, I'll let you know how I get on. So it is about 5 to 12. I need to be home for 1:30, so I'd say it's going to take me half an hour to pack up, bimble back to the car, load the car. It's not that long of a walk, maybe 5 minutes. Chuck all the stuff in the car and drive home. Just another 35 minutes. Obviously I had the 2 tents. I had one last night, one this morning, and then one not too long ago. It was about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I think. When I started sort of packing up, might have been 11, just before 11, I don't know. Which come off at the bottom of the peg there. So beats a blank, definitely. But no carp. No carp, but I'm going to pack the camera away. So it has been known when I've been sea fishing that I've gone raying or hussing or smooth hounding. I put the camera away, do all of that, and then I catch one. So that could happen, but it's a bit different in carping because you sit here for hours and nothing happens. And I appreciate it's about being by the bank and enjoying nature and chilling out and whatever, which is fine. I have nicely chilled out, had a lovely time, just lazing about and rebaiting and playing with bits and tinkering, etc, etc. Yeah, so I'm going to stop talking because it's just pointless waffle. I hope you all have a great day, and I've had some fish. I'll post this up on a Sunday night, so if you're out at the weekend, good luck, or if you've been out over the weekend, good luck. It's Wednesday today. But yeah, I'll take the camera out next time. I don't know whether I'll come here or go somewhere else. I dabble with Rackerhays complex, or I've done New Barns. I want to do Mile Mead. There's loads of lakes around I want to try, so we'll see where we go next time. It's still fizzing it where the bait spoon went in earlier. See it just there? Little patch of bubbles. Been fizzing for hours. Wankers. Anyway, all the best, and I'll catch you next time. Hopefully we see some carp out. Take it easy.